Today we're back in Isaiah looking at chapter 64 or excerpts from chapter 64, which is almost the very end. We're going to be reading starting in verses 1 through 3, and then I'll give you a heads up as to when we're changing texts or verses. Verse 1 in chapter 64 of Isaiah says, "Oh, that you would tear open the heavens and come down, so that the mountains would quake at your presence, as when fire kindles brushwood and the fire causes water to boil, to make your name known to their adversaries, so that the nations might tremble at your presence. When you did awesome deeds that we did not expect, you came down, the mountains quaked at your presence." And then jumping to verse 6, "We have all become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous deeds are like a filthy cloth. We all fade like a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, take us away. There is no one who calls on your name or attempts to take hold of you, for you have hidden your face from us and have delivered us into the hand of your iniquity." And then verse 9 through 11. "Do not be exceedingly angry, O Lord, and do not remember iniquity forever. Now consider, we are all your people. Your holy cities have become a wilderness. Zion has become a wilderness, Jerusalem a desolation. Our holy and beautiful house, where our ancestors praised you, has been burned by fire, and all our pleasant places have become ruins." Now, Isaiah prophesied the conquest of the kingdom of Judah and the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple, which would occur roughly 150 years later. Variations on this prophecy takes up a lot of Isaiah's book. Today's reading is from the next to last chapter, is an example. One of the earmarks of Isaiah is the writing of prophecy in mixed tenses, which I mentioned a few days ago, of which today's reading is a perfect example. All this is seen in vision, and though 150 years would pass before it would be realized, according to his prophetic manner, he describes the scene as actually occurring before him, as if he is sitting in some unknown place, remembering when Jerusalem and Judah were destroyed, and praying for them. And it is an odd prayer to us. The first paragraph actually pleads with God to devastate the earth. He has made his wrath known to God's people. Now, Isaiah prays that he makes his wrath known to the world, to your adversaries, as God has done to the holy cities. And there seems to be in the modern collective unconscious some sense that the world will be destroyed by fire. Perhaps this is in part non biblical, the result of nuclear proliferation in the late 20th century, and the image of our cities being flattened in great balls of hydrogen bomb conflagration. Or perhaps scientific assurances that the sun will explode before it dies. But some credit has to go to Isaiah with his imagery of melting mountains and boiling seas. And remember that the book is 66 chapters. These images recur in the book. As early as chapter 24, he writes, "The earth is also polluted by its inhabitants, for they transgressed laws, violated statutes, broke the everlasting covenant. Therefore, a curse devours the earth, and those who live in it are held guilty. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left." But the ultimate point of the prayer and much of Isaiah's writing is that God might spare at least a few. In the inimitable language of the King James Version, it says, "Be not wroth very sore, O Lord, neither remember iniquity forever." And this harkens back to an idea that had been developing for some time. Remember the prophecy of Elijah? He said, "Yet I will leave 7,000 in Israel, all the knees that have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him." This concept of preservation of a remnant of righteous Jews pops up again and again in the Bible, from the very first book to the last, historically in the story of Noah and of Sodom and Gomorrah, and prophetically from Elijah all the way to Revelation. Please pray with me. Holy God, as I begin another day, I know I will encounter many challenges to my faith, to my patience, to my love for others. I will face constant temptations to fall into sin. Please come to me now, Lord, and stay with me throughout the day. Let your spirit fill my mind. Help me feel your presence. Guide my actions. Direct my words. Lead my thoughts in everything I think, say, and do. I commit to living this day as a reflection of your glory as best as I can with your assistance. I dedicate this day to you. In the name of Christ, be with me and support me. Amen.